The long-awaited sequel to one of gaming's most beloved and iconic franchises, Warcraft 2: Rise of the Lich King, has arrived. Return to Azeroth on an epic journey as the realms prepare for a new and terrifying threat. Blizzard Entertainment's highly anticipated sequel takes the Warcraft universe to new heights, pushing the boundaries of immersive storytelling, stunning visuals, and thrilling gameplay. Are you excited to see how the story of Lich King is adapted for the big screen? Hold on to your seats because we're going to explore the world of Warcraft. The 2016 film Warcraft, based on the hugely popular and ongoing Blizzard franchise, attempted to break the negative stigma associated with video game adaptations. While the film did not deliver everything that fans had hoped for, it did perform reasonably well, leaving many wondering if the long-rumored sequel will ever be made. The film begins with Gul'dan, an orc shaman, using dark magic to enter the human world. King Llane goes to war with his human army to protect his land after the Orcs form the Horde, despite the leaders of both sides hoping for a peaceful resolution. Unfortunately, as the portal to their homeland closes, the evil Gul'dan assassinates the noblest of the Orc leaders. Finally, a human comes across a basket containing a baby orc named Thrall, who plays an important role in Warcraft lore. Due to the film's unresolved narrative, fans have been expecting news of a Warcraft sequel for quite some time, but have been met with silence. While the film did poorly at the box office, it received a respectable 76% from fans on the review website Rotten Tomatoes, despite a much lower 28% from critics. Warcraft also surprisingly gained a large following in China, quickly surpassing the box office revenue of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The majority of the criticism echoed those levels at many video game adaptations. Warcraft was tasked with condensing decades of lore from games and books into a 2-hour film, which meant that many fan-favorite events and characters were cut. The CGI effects, on the other hand, took everyone by surprise. Despite the fact that video game adaptations typically have lower budgets, Warcraft featured some of the best-looking computer-generated characters in any film at the time. It's no secret that video game-based films have had a difficult time gaining popularity, let alone maintaining a high level of quality. With the release of Assassin's Creed and Warcraft, 2016 was supposed to be the year that changed that. Despite the fact that they were based on some of the most popular games in recent memory, both films were critically panned, leaving audiences with little desire to see them. Despite a lackluster domestic performance, Warcraft fared well in international markets. This fueled speculation that Warcraft 2 would skip the domestic market entirely in order to please the markets that loved the first film. One of the major criticisms leveled at the first film was the sheer number of characters, locations and lore crammed into a shorter runtime than director Duncan Jones had hoped for, despite Jones having a director's cut that ran an extra 40 minutes. However, this has not dampened his desire to create a sequel, and he has recently begun revealing some of his ambitious ideas online. Some sequels can bounce back from underwhelming first films. One of the best examples is 2013's The Wolverine, which fixed almost every flaw in X-Men's Origins Wolverine. In the case of a hypothetical Warcraft 2 film, however, perhaps restarting the franchise from scratch would be the best option for the studio. The best part about Warcraft is that its creators can draw inspiration from a vast fantasy world. According to the latest rumors, Legendary appears to be aiming for a soft reboot with a Warcraft 2 film. Perhaps the potential sequel will show us more of Azeroth and its many civilizations, or it may show us old versions of the first film's characters. Rumors circulated in early 2022 that Blizzard and Universal planned to include a soft reboot for the story. They want to focus on new characters and reverse some of the first film's decisions. According to the report, they will not ignore developments from the first film, but will instead take some creative liberties. So perhaps the Thrall cliffhanger from the beginning will be resolved. Avoid the Anderson formula. When it comes to video game movie adaptations, one name frightens even the most ardent fans: Paul W.S. Anderson. Anderson has made a career out of bringing video games to the big screen, often to mixed reviews. He's best known for his roles in the Resident Evil film series and Mortal Kombat in 1995. Anderson's filmmaking style frequently devolves into campiness, and while there is nothing wrong with a little action schlock every now and then, it frequently makes his video game adaptations feel even cheaper as a result. Regardless of who directs the Warcraft 2 film, it must feel more like a fantasy or adventure film inspired by a video game than a straight adaptation of the source material, primarily because that's never worked before. If Duncan Jones, who directed the first film as well as the excellent 2009 sci-fi film Moon, returns to direct Warcraft 2, we may get a better look at his vision for what Azeroth looks like on the big screen. Perhaps another Lord of the Rings trilogy based on Warcraft myths and legends will be released in the future. Well, Warcraft director Duncan Jones says that despite the film's great performance overseas, no one is quite sure if a sequel will happen. The possibility of a Warcraft 2 film is currently unknown. The first Warcraft film, directed by Duncan Jones, was released in 2016 to mixed reviews from critics and fans. Despite mixed reviews, the film did well at the international box office, grossing over $433 million worldwide. However, no official announcement of a sequel to the film has been made. One of the reasons for the uncertainty surrounding the Warcraft 2 film is that Legendary Pictures produced it and Universal Pictures distributed it. Legendary Pictures was acquired in 2016 by the Chinese conglomerate Dalian Wonder Group, and it has undergone several changes before being acquired by AMC Entertainment Holdings. As a result, Legendary Pictures' leadership and strategy have shifted, which may influence their decision on a Warcraft sequel. The present condition of the video game industry could also have an impact on the possibility of a Warcraft 2 film. Blizzard Entertainment owns the Warcraft franchise, which has been the subject of criticism and controversy in recent years due to a variety of issues with its video games and company culture. This may make obtaining funding and support for a film adaptation of the franchise difficult. As previously stated, there has been no official announcement of a Warcraft 2 film. Several factors, however, may have influenced the film's failure to be released. The mixed reaction to the first Warcraft film could be one of the major factors. While it performed well at the international box office, it received mostly negative reviews from critics and fans. This may have made it difficult for the producers to justify the cost of a sequel. Furthermore, the change in ownership and leadership in Legendary Pictures, as well as the current state of the video game industry, may have influenced the decision to produce a sequel. Blizzard Entertainment may no longer prioritize the Warcraft franchise, and a film adaptation may no longer be as appealing as it once was. Overall, while a Warcraft 2 film is unlikely, fans of the franchise may continue to enjoy the franchise's various games and other media.
Я Durotan, сын Garada.
We're pretty sure that the question is not whether or not a new Warcraft film will be released, but when and what it will be about. Like Tar. So far, this is all we know, mixed with a little us to make it more entertaining, but we'll see how it turns out. That's all there is to it for the time being. Please ensure that you like our video. Please share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the newest news and reviews and future films from us, and don't forget to hit the bell button to never miss an update. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and we hope to see you at the next one.